So I wonder about the person who invented Tic Tacs and how much they made. Well, you could say they're minted because they're mints.
Perfect.
Another week has passed, another Air Max 1 has dropped, and this one, in my opinion, is very special. In today's episode, broskies, we are looking at the Nike Air Max 1 Deep Royal Blue. Now, I've spoken about this previously on past live streams and of course past videos, but the Air Max 1 is having a time of its life right now. I'd say about the past 18 months or so, the collabs to the Air Max 1 and the GR colorways too is one of the best times to the silhouette. I genuinely think this is one of the best periods to the legendary Air Max. And I might even argue there might be too many colorways that are dropping. We've kind of seen it recently to the Jordan 1 and the Nike Dunk. There was so much hype when they first started coming back, and now it's kind of died out. They're still very popular, don't get me wrong. It just kind of loses its feeling when there's so many coming out at one time. But with this deep royal blue colorway, honestly, OG vibes all day long. And some might get confused that this is the OG blue colorway. Yes, they are very similar. The big differences though that I've noticed is the sock liner, the Nike swoosh color, and the actual shade of blue as well. It's a lot darker than the OG. This might be very controversial to say, but I actually prefer these over the OG. I just prefer this shade of blue and that black Nike swoosh. But the OGs will always be the OGs. Now, in terms of the box it comes with, yes, it's a GR, so yes, it's a red box. Nothing at all special here, a red standard Nike one. But the product sticker itself does say Nike Air Max 1 and the official colorway is white, black and deep royal blue. Right, so if you're new to the Air Max 1 silhouettes, or if you're just wondering how this pair fits, well, I've got some good news. Now this might be more of a me problem than it is a you problem, but the Air Max 1 throughout the years, it's been a tricky shoe to get right. Depending on what Air Max 1 it actually is, the sizing is always a bit off for me. But with this pair, they've got it spot on. So whatever Air Max sizing you normally go with, I would stick to that. Because I went for my normal UK 9 and they fit perfectly. But don't just take my word for it, always try before you buy, if you can. Now I think I'm going to do a top 10 Air Max 1 list just for this year alone. There have been so many that have dropped, but this pair will be definitely making that list. It's such a clean colorway, honestly, so simple, but it just works. Now retailing at 140 quid, this sneaker, I've got a couple bones to pick with it. There's like a little bit of green underneath the mesh on that right shoe, and it's very faint, so I'm not sure if the B-roll shots will get it. But because I'm so OCD, I definitely noticed it straight away. I did try to clean it off and it didn't come out. And other than the occasional glue spillage on the shoe, there's another problem on this sneaker. And broskies, it is not that deep. Trust me, it isn't. I've seen a lot worse from Nike. Now yes, there's that little bit of blue spilling over on the left shoe towards the back. That little bit of thread, honestly, is driving me loopy. Now I know I could take it out, it's not that big of a deal, but because of the positioning to it, you don't really want to ruin the rest of the shoe. Normally with these sort of threads, I kind of burn it off and it's good to go, but at the same time, I don't want to do it near that white panel. But I just want to highlight the QC with this pair, and no, it's not the worst that we've seen, but yes, it does have some. But of course, your pair might not have a single thing. So don't let it put you off, broskies. It's just a couple things that I did notice. Now, I will leave some purchase links down below in the description box, just in case you're after these still. And honestly, why wouldn't you be? They look absolutely amazing. The black Nike swooshes is the cherry on top for me. Sitting on top of those grey mid panels in that nice felt suede. Coming with a white pair of laces on top of that white mesh tongue, with the white tab on the tongue with that black Nike Air Max branding. Now the mesh on the underlays, I won't lie, judging by the looks of it, it's gonna be a nightmare to keep clean. It's a very nice mesh though, so be very careful. Now I'm glad they opted with a blue sock liner rather than a white, just because it's a lot easier to maintain. And on the insole, we do have it in black with the blue Nike Air branding towards the back there. Now the Nike Air does return in all its glory in that lovely shade of blue. Now in a world full of yellow midsoles, they went back black to white. And I'm glad, honestly, keep it simple sometimes. Very classic to the Air Max 1 87 cut. And speaking of classic, we do have the OG outsole here too, in a nice contrast of white and black. Although we do have that speckled look to it that we've had recently on some Air Max 1s. Right, broskies, we've had an up close and personal look and a little waffle about those small minor QC issues. But now's the time to decide whether these are a buy or a buy. So with tons of Air Max 1s coming out this year, there have been so many that have been slept on. And I'm not saying for Air Max 1s to take a break, trust me, just scale it back a little. And one thing I've noticed, there's been a lot more GR colorways than there have been collabs this year, especially compared to 2022. So maybe scale it back a little bit, bring some more collabs in if you can, and I'll take them all. But with all the GRs dropping and the amount of orange Air Max 1s, honestly, bruh, how many orange Air Max 1s do we need? But anyway, I spoke about that on the live stream, so we'll leave that there. I'm here for all the Air Max 1s, I really am, but honestly, don't saturate it too much. It kind of loses its charm. Going back to this colorway, I can defo recommend these. Such a clean shoe, one of the best Air Max 1s to drop this year. And dare I say, one of the best GR colorways ever. But I am indeed going to give the Nike Air Max 1 Deep Royal Blue an absolute buy. Right, broskies, comment down below and let me know what you think. Is this a must cop in your collection or is this an absolute miss? Leave it all down below and I will pin the best comment. Anyways, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. As always, check out my other YouTube channel if you're into football and Arsenal. And whilst you're here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and till the next episode, take care. Soon as I start recording, the neighbor's kid starts crying. Oh my gosh. That we're looking at on today's video, in today's video, on today's video, in today's video, on. And another fire one at that. At that. Where are you from? Bridgerton, mate? At that, sir. One has dropped and... Right, you're banned from coffee and caffeine before recording. Colorways and collabs. The Air Max 1 is getting... What is it getting? Spit it out, you mug. The Air Max 1 is getting 5 collabs after... Right, you need to sit down, have a think about your life. It's just because the amount of... It's just because the amount of comment... It's just because... What is it because? But they are very simple. Hey fever, bruh. Big bib 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 bib. Are you a car? Bib bib. So yes, it's a black. No, it isn't. It's red. So whatever Air Max size. Almost gave myself whiplash there. Now in a world full. Oh, stay away from coffee. Stay away from coffee. No. Drink some more. One of the best GR colorways ever.